Hello my friends, Amy Esther here with week 24 of my pregnancy. For those of you who are new, I have done an update every single week of my pregnancy up until this point and will continue to do so until this sweet baby joins our family. So we are at week 24. That's a huge week in pregnancy because that's when the baby becomes viable, which just means that it's possible for the baby to survive outside if for some reason the baby came this early, which of course, I do not want him to come this early. I would love for time to go faster so I could meet him as soon as possible, but he could survive at this point. It's an exciting time because especially if you've had a lot of miscarriage like I have, it can be kind of scary when you get pregnant again, worried that you're going to lose that baby. And now I just feel so content and happy that everything is going to work out so well. So if you have had miscarriages, I do have a video. When I first got pregnant, I made a video about how I stay happy and positive when I've had previous miscarriages. So if you're struggling with that, watch that video. But it's been a good week because of that reason, but also just overall, it's been a really good week here in my pregnancy and in my life. Because one, we kind of have started to open things back up in the world because the world's been crazy right now. If you're watching this in real time, you know. If you're watching this in the future, you probably remember the crazy virus that took over the world. But here in Utah, at least there's like a soft reopen. So things are starting to reopen. Things are starting to be a little less restrictive and strict. And I personally haven't been worried about getting it myself. I just want to keep other people safe who are a little more high risk than me. Even though I have a lot of chronic illnesses, you would think I would be high risk, but I'm really not. I don't. And I'm pregnant, but I don't. And I'm not because I don't have a compromised immune system. I don't have any lung issues. And so I personally am not in the high risk category. And so for me, it's just been exciting to just get back to normal life. So we're not quite to normal life yet, but my gym is opening back up. Like little things here and there are starting to open back up. Of course, there's restrictions and things, but that's really exciting. It's just been a good week in that way. And last week I was really in a slump. I was just feeling like this pregnancy was taking forever. I just wanted the baby to be here. I wanted summer to be over. I wanted the quarantine to be over. I was just kind of in that slump and now things do seem to be slowly getting better. I think mentally, I've been working on my mental health and trying to change the thoughts that I'm having that are making me feel super like run down and in this little rut, and that's been helping, and trying to find new things to do. And we have been working on my house. As you guys have seen, I did a cleaning video recently where I showed deep cleaning of my entire basement. For those of you who don't know, we had been renting out our basement. Basically, rented out about half of our house. Our house is 1,800 square feet. Our portion was like 950 square feet, and then the other portion was like 850. And so basically half of our house was being rented out. And it was super nice income for the time being, but we just have gotten to the point where we need the space, especially with new baby coming and some other things happening in our family. We needed more space. And so when our renters moved out, we decided not to rent anymore. So I have been working on getting our basement all fixed up. We've moved some bedrooms. We moved our bedroom down there. We moved our office down there. Currently, I'm actually still in the same room that I've been filming in for a long time. And that's just because my husband is working from home, and so he's taking the office and I'm just staying up here, which is now sort of our playroom. So I'm currently recording this in our playroom, and then I have my computer set up right over here behind me. So it's a little bit of an interesting setup right now. Eventually just have one office where my husband and I will share, but since he's working from home right now, it's just easier so that I can do things like this when my daughter naps. But anyway, I've been working on a lot of those projects, and I feel like I've finally gotten to a point where I'm not done. There's always more to do, right? Like I have some holes to fill in the walls and repainting to do, and I have a few more organizing things to do. But right now I'm waiting on some shipments of some furniture, so I can't really do more. And I've gotten it to a point where at least it's clean and tidy and everything has a space, even though some of those spaces are temporary right now. Everything has a space, and so it feels really nice to just have the big projects are done, right? The huge projects of moving rooms downstairs and organizing clothes and getting my baby's room set up, and those big projects are done, which feels so good. And I think that also has kind of been a bit of a relief, even though I enjoy that kind of stuff. When you have several chronic illnesses and you are also pregnant, it makes it more difficult. And so it's just nice to like know that's done. And now I just have like the day-to-day cleaning to get done. So that has made things a lot better. And I just feel like I'm a lot happier this week. I'm just a little more cheerful, a little more like, I don't know, I just feel a little bit happier. I do feel a little bit chubbier. I feel like I'm like getting really chubby, which is funny. And it doesn't bother me because I'm pregnant and I know that I can lose the weight later, so I'm not like worried about it. I currently am 145 pounds, so I've gained 24 pounds this week. For a healthy woman, you should gain 25 to 35 pounds is what they recommend. But really, I know people who gained 60 pounds that were super healthy and people who gained 20 pounds by the end of their pregnancy were super healthy. So I don't know. I feel like I'm going to go over that 25 to 35 by the end of this pregnancy if I'm already in that lower end. But I definitely feel like I'm getting a little chubbier just everywhere, like my cheeks and my hips and my legs. So that has been something that's happening. And speaking of that, I feel like I can't wear any normal clothes anymore. Like nothing normal. I can wear my husband's t-shirts, I can wear my pregnancy shirts, I can wear pregnancy leggings and pants, and I can wear dresses. I'm wearing a dress right now, actually. And that's been kind of my go-to recently. It's just like my big flowy dresses because it's starting to get really warm here. And I already have struggles with heat. I have pretty severe heat intolerance as is, and being pregnant, it's going to be a rough summer. So if you're watching this in the future, it's May right now. And my baby is due August 20, oh no, when is he due? I should know this. August 23rd, I think. Oh, I should know that. That's bad. Somewhere around there. That's really bad. My baby is due 18, 19, 20. August 25th is his due date. And it's funny. Okay, I know my 29th week is the 18th, so that's why I count it to 7, because I'm most likely going to be induced on the 18th because my birthday is on the 20th. So I turned 26 on August 20th, and at that day, I'm off my parents' insurance. And so I'm double covered. I'm on my husband's insurance and my parents' insurance if I have the baby before the 20th. Of course, my baby will still be just on my husband's, of course, but I will be double covered. So my time in the hospital will all be double covered insured if I have the baby before that. So I talked to my doctor and he said we could induce on my 39th week, which would be August 18th. It's when I turn 39 weeks. So that's the plan right now, is that when if I haven't had the baby yet by August 18th, which is when I turn 39 weeks, then I will be induced that day so that I can have the baby before I turn 26. Kind of funny. And he's just perfect. Like, how perfect could that be? That he came exactly when, doctors recommend that you get induced, is sometime between, 39 and 41 weeks. And he's going to come like perfect in time for that so that I can be double covered. Anyway, that's why I forgot his due date, because I usually think about the 18th as his due date because he's going to be here by that date, right? He'll be here, I guess, by the 20th. And I don't know how long it'll take him. My daughter, I was in labor for about 10 hours. So anyways, I'm really chatty today, you guys. I haven't even got to any of my notes that I had about this week because I've just been kind of chatty. So hopefully you guys are okay with a little chatty update this week. These updates really are just me sitting down, telling you about my week. They're not really structured very well like some of my other videos, but it's just fun. I really enjoy making these videos every week. So let's get to what is going on this week. So new symptoms is I've had a lot of the round ligament pain where my upper thighs and under my belly are hurting so bad. Like if I walk around too much, I should say, if I walk too much, then it's like there's just this weight in my belly that's just pulling me down and it just hurts. So I have been more religiously wearing my belly band. I talk about it in my pregnancy must-haves video, so if you want to see the one exactly that I use, you can go see there. But I'm using that a lot now, especially if I'm like go out shopping or anything. I have to have it on because my belly starts hurting really bad, and I feel like I have to like lift up my belly if I'm walking around somewhere. So that's been the big change this week. And then I still have heartburn. My heartburns have definitely gotten worse. So for those of you who don't know, I have SIBO, small intestine bacterial overgrowth, and those stomach issues actually feel like they've gotten better. Like I had a cookie the other day. I don't know why I was craving an oatmeal chocolate chip cookie, but I was, and my stomach didn't even hurt after, which usually any kind of like sugar baked thing, the flour and the sugar and all of that stuff in one thing makes me so sick, and I barely had a stomach ache. So that's been really happy. Because I feel like my SIBO symptoms, I usually, for those of you who don't know, have a stomach ache 24/7, and I do feel like that's gotten better, but now I just have heartburn 24/7. My heartburn's gotten way worse. But honestly, I'd probably trade that for the stomach ache, even though the heartburn's annoying, but at least I can take Tums. Like there's things that I can do to kind of make that feel better, and things that I can eat to kind of calm my stomach, but my SIBO pain is really annoying. And then with SIBO, you get really bloated, and now that I'm so big, I feel like that's gotten a lot better. I'm still also dealing with some fatigue, but I always deal with fatigue, so honestly, I don't feel like it's worse than normal. So maybe if I didn't have all my chronic illnesses, I wouldn't feel as fatigued as I do right now. But I am still dealing with that, but I always am dealing with that, so it's no big deal. And then another new symptom this week is that I've had a lot of vivid dreams, just like very clear, long dreams where I wake up and I remember everything, to the point where sometimes I feel like I didn't sleep because they were so vivid, it just felt real, if that makes sense. So sleep's been a little hard. I feel like all of pregnancy sleep is just so hard. But now with these vivid dreams, they just come and I just feel like I didn't even sleep because they're just so vivid, they feel so real. So it's been the big change this week. But besides that, everything else is kind of the same. My cravings are about the same. Still craving potatoes. Haven't had any like major craving changes or aversion changes or anything like that. I think the biggest thing is just the baby's getting bigger. So I'm having that ligament pain because the baby's getting bigger. I'm having more heartburn because he's pushing more in that area. And then I also have been feeling kicks a lot stronger. I feel them very strong, and my husband can feel them if he puts his hand on my belly, and he's just getting a lot bigger. And so all of my changes this week are just from getting big and being uncomfortable in normal clothes. My belly's just getting ginormous. I swear it's way bigger than it was with my daughter. I was looking at pictures of 25 with my daughter to 25 now, or 24 with my daughter to 24 now. And I am just way bigger than I was when I was with her. And I've heard that happens. It's kind of weird. I guess my body just knows what to do. So that's been my 24th week. I hope you guys enjoy these pregnancy updates. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you next week.